Hi everyone, welcome to Focal Point. We were discussing about static scoping. So now we are going to see this example in the C programming language, and we will try to solve this problem line by line with the help of static scoping concept. Okay, and I have already told you in the previous video that the local variables are stored temporarily. Okay, so after the popping out of the local function, those variable information will be gone, but the local static variable and the global variables are stored inside the static area. Okay, and will be there till the program execution. Okay, so the local static variable and the global variable will be stored inside the static area and will remain in the memory till the program execution. Okay, so every time those variable is accessed, then updated value will be accessed. Okay, so let's see this program. In the program we have included our standard input output header file, and these are the three functions that we are going to use in this program. Okay, so we need to define that in here, and we are going to take these global variables a and b. Okay, so these are defined and initialized in here. So this is our main function. So this is the definition of c, d and e. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to take our stack area, and this is our static area. Okay, so now what we have done in here, these are our global variables a and b. So we have defined our global variables in the static area and initialized with 7 and 8 respectively. Now we are going to call our main function in the stack area. Okay, so we have defined our local variables a and b and initialized with 5 and 20. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to print the values of a and b. So these values are defined and initialized in our local main function. So the 5 and 20 will be printed in here. Okay, so let's write in here 5 and 20 will be printed in here. And after that, what we are going to do, we are going to change the values. So we are going to alter the value of a with 20 in here, and this b will be 27. Okay, and now what we are going to do, we are going to call our function c. So phase c is called in here. So let's see what is the definition of this c. So this is saying that it is going to define the variable a in here. It is not initialized it. Okay, so garbage value will be there because default value of local variables is garbage value. And now what we are going to do, we are going to print the value of ab. So we have defined the variable a in here, but this is not initialized, so a garbage value will be printed, but we have not defined b in here. Okay, so this is a problem. This is a scoping problem. Okay, so based on the concept of static scoping, it will go and check inside the static area and the global variable about b. Okay, and search b. So b is defined in here, and what is the value of this? 8. Okay, so garbage value and 8 will be printed. Okay, a garbage value comma 8 will be printed in here. And what is the next instruction? In the next line, what we are going to do, we are going to change the value of b. So b is not defined in here, so it will go and check inside the static area and change the global variable to 60. And in here a is defined, and that's why it will store the value 5. And now what we are going to do, we are going to call our function d. Okay, so what are the values? So d is called in here with the value b. So what is the value of b in here? B is not defined, and that's why it will go and check inside the static area. So 60 will be passed in here. Okay, so 60 comma, what is the value of a? A is 5, so 60 comma 5 will be passed in here. Okay, so let's see what is the definition of this function d. So in the function d, this a comma b variables are there. So a value will be 60 in here because 60 is passed as a parameter, and b will be containing the value 5 in here. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to print the value of A and B. So what is the value of A and B? 60 and 5. Okay, so 60 and 5 will be printed in here. 60 comma 5 will be printed in here. And after that, what is saying? It is going to change the value of A to 3. So it will be updated to 3, and this B will be updated to 4. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to call our function E in here. And what is the parameter? Parameter is B. The value of B is 4 in here, so 4 will be passed. Okay, so what is the definition of this E? Parameter is A, so parameter is 4, so 4 will be copied inside this variable A. Now we have defined our integer B in here, but we have not initialized it. Okay, so after that we are going to print the value of A and B. A value is 4 and B value is not initialized, and that's why a garbage value will be printed. So 4 comma garbage value will be printed in here. So 4 comma garbage value printed in here. And after that, what we are going to do, we are going to alter the value of A with 33, and 44 will be stored inside this B. So this is the last line of the function E, and that's why this will pop out from the stack. Okay, so now we came back to our function D. So what we are going to do now, in the function D we have called this function E, and after that we are going to change the value of A to 1 and B to 2. Okay, so after that, this is the last line, so this function will be popped out from the stack, and we will come back to our function C. So what we were doing in the function C, we have called our D function, and after that what we are going to do, we are going to alter the value of A to 14 and B to 15, but B is not defined in here, and that's why we'll go and check inside the static area and alter the value of B in the global variable. Okay, now we are going to call our function E in here. So A value is 14, so 14 will be passed as a parameter. And so what is the definition of our E? So E is saying that A is a variable, so 14 will be copied inside this variable, and B is just defined and not initialized. And now we are going to print the value of A and B. So A is 14 and B is not defined in here, so 14 comma garbage value will be printed in here. So 14 comma garbage value will be printed. Okay, and now what we are going to do in the function E, we are going to change the value of A to 33, and 44 will be stored inside this variable B. And this is the last line. After that, this function will be popped out from the stack, and we came back to our function C. So after that, we are going to print this A and B in here. So A is 14 in here. Okay, and B is not defined in here, and that's why we'll go and check inside the static area for the global variables, and this B is found. So what is the value of A and B? 14 comma 15 will be printed in here. So 14 comma 15 will be printed in here. 14 comma 15 is printed now. So after that, what is happening now, this is the last line in here, and that's why this function C will be popped out from the stack. Okay, so you can see that this static area will be remain in the memory till the program execution, but our stack area will be keep on push and pop. And now we came back to our main function. In the main function, we have called this function C, and after that we are going to print the value of A and B. So what is the value of A and B? 20 and 27. Okay, so 20 and 27 will be printed in here. So 20 comma 27 will be printed. Okay, so after that, this will return, and this was the last line of the main function, and that's why this main function will be popped out from the stack. So complete stack is gone, and after that our static area will also be cleared. So this should be the final output of it. Okay, so we will run our code and check this is correct or not. Okay, so we are going to run our code in here. Code.c, compile and run. Let's see the same answer is coming or not. So 520, a garbage value. So this is 5 and 20, garbage value, and 8, 60 and 5, 4 comma garbage value, 14 comma garbage value, 14 comma 15, 20 comma 27. Okay, so this answer is correct. So this is the answer of it. So you can get the idea of how to execute our program by using static scoping. Okay, so by default we will be using static scoping concept if specifically dynamic scoping is not mentioned in the question. Okay, so these type of question will be asked in the competitive examination, and this is how we need to execute it. Okay, so you can also try this code and check by applying this static scoping concept and see what will be the output of it. You can alter the code little bit, and you can just check the code line by line. Okay, so this is the answer of it. We will see some more example in this concept in the next video. Thank you so much.